that Team Nigma can set, especially with like less jug, they can just start taking towers very quick if you do start slipping up with one or two of those ults.
It does feel like they have a very nice balanced draft coming out from the side here of Nigma. The fact that, you know, you've got someone who's going to be able to put pressure down on those buildings. You've got the ganking duo of GH and Mind Control together. I always like when you can see two people just very clearly.
Oh, geez.
They almost booped noses there. My goodness.
They kind of did. Oh, my. That was
right on the cusp
cute.
there.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at this.
Look at this pad. Look at how sneaky they're being.
9.
This is insane. 9's very close to his tower, though. That's a tough one to get. They're playing
but they're waiting. They're hoping that 9's gonna...
He's gonna step... Oh. Is he gonna step back? They're waiting at the wings.
Come hit there, my child.
Oh, is he gonna get caught here? It looks like
All right,
he is.
that's gonna be the jump, the brambles, everything getting used on 9. And Mind Control is gonna be off to a really nice start.
And they immediately start with the chat wheel. So you can tell Team Nigma, they're ready for some fun again today. As we saw the other day, super aggressive. That was the key thing that we did see from them, with a very similar kind of style of supports in particular. I think they actually did have the exact same too. Looking at Tundra though, they are countering a bit of this Willow for sure with the way they've set up their draft. Tied under Kraken Shell, able to remove Fatal Bonds. Abaddon Shield, able to remove his buddies. Fatal Bonded, tough stuff. So we did see how much the Warlock was a problem the other day, how much damage it was able to amplify. So Tundra has put themselves in a position to counter that a bit.
So this mid matchup here, from what I understand, it should be, you know, going more towards the side of 9. But of course, it is Miracle.
It is.
Who is playing this Leshrek, so...
Up to those lane mechanics. I think this is a very, very slightly Lina-favored matchup, but I think Lesh can free farm in the same exact kind of match.
LTW.
Oh my goodness, he drops very low. Kuro will get a courier for it though, because they don't pay attention while they are going aggressive, as has happened a lot. As Fata.
Okay, he's going to be the first victim here, as they do put some pressure here on Skeeter.
Very strong lane. GH drops very low himself too. Do they have any salve? Mind Control used it on himself, so GH is going to stay quite low up here. But it doesn't matter, because he's playing versus Void Abaddon. Very passive lane, as the panel mentioned.
This Fatal Bond's pretty annoying down here in the bottom lane, something that we were saying to watch out for.
Yeah, early on, this lane is quite strong versus the Tidehunter. That's what you do see snaking. We've seen this more, at least especially recently, because the Snapfire is used to just default, you get the little shredder, but you're versus Jug, you have Tide, you want to be able to get him away from that spin in case of anything, and you can even get some aggressive playstyle too with the Cookie too. So I do like that people are switching up the build a little bit here. I've seen China actually skipping little shredder a lot of the times too. They actually just get your Cookie and your Scatter Blast sometimes, but in Europe, I'm pretty sure we're going to see the same just Cookie and little shredder.
It's got some very good value to it, but it's always nice whenever you can see some dynamic moves
dropping
around
low.
here. 33 is dropping very, very low. In fact, he pops a Fairy Fire, and it's just not enough. Those Fatal Bonds. Too good.
Yeah. It's got the Bastia ready, the Dream for Kuroki. Exactly what you want to have happen for your Warlock this early on, especially with the Jug. They did have to burn a bit of regen there, but great aggressive plays again coming out. As snaking, he's gonna be happy. This is a very happy Snapfire. 3 full creeps. He's level 3 now. Tidehunter is only level 2, so Snapfire is gonna be a bit over leveled in this lane, which could also work out pretty decently because level 1 little shredder, not that strong. Level 2, very strong, especially when you have a gush behind.
Lots of negative armor coming out in this bottom lane, but do have to play very, very carefully here. Another spin over here.
But look at the damage.
LTW needs to be careful. Cookie hop forward. They'll get the stun. Can they finish him off? Do they have the damage? Indeed, they do. Snaking gonna get himself a kill.
Getting that early level 3 was quite important for him to turn it onto the Jug. Don't think that they gave the respect to that little shredder. Did the neutrals just kill his courier? They did.
Okay.
Courier's dying all over the place.
Been seeing a lot of that recently.
Yeah.
Something's up with the couriers, man. They're just tired of this life.
Bottom, this is a struggle lane for both sides. Jug 7 last hits, Tide 6. We said Snapfire kind of taking over the core. Is that a... I think that is. That's a medallion coming out already on snaking.
Oh my god.
3 minutes in, there's going to be a medallion on this Jug, plus all these little shredders and gush. And this minus armor is going to be very effective.
That's very, very scary
That's
when
so
you consider
early.
how much they've already got going on with just their abilities, and now you add a medallion into it.
Yeah. And immediately they're splitting again. LTW. Just trying to push 33 out of the lane, making sure he can get no farm. Kuro
has to be careful. They're applying some of that little shredder damage like we talked about.
No mana for Cookie, though. 10 short. I think they had a mango on the Tide. Maybe they could have gone for it, but they chose not to.
they're just, you know, muscling away here. GH trying to get a little bit of this experience. 9 making his way over, should be able to go and...
He killed it. Didn't show the attack animation, the projectile in midair, but he did kill the water rune. That looked a little bit weird.
That is really weird. I didn't realize that it would show.
I usually feel like I do see it. I've never seen it not
I've never
show.
seen it not show.
Oh, cool.
All right, well, top lane, though, a little bit of pressure being placed here on mind control.
He's making him just run away from the creep wave. Skeeter ends up missing, I think, 2 creeps there for that. Still farming just fine up here, but he should as the Void. The thing is that you're giving a free lane to a hero like Nightstalker who can be a bit more greedy. So we are going to have that nighttime being coming out soon, and then they're going to really put the pressure onto Skeeter up here.
Middle lane trying to trade off. 9, oh, Miracle's got too much damage.
Oh, and he was winning the matchup pretty well, too, on this Lina. But does just get ran down,
raindrops.
Miracle. Yeah, raindrops. He's used a lot of charges here. And the build, interesting. Doesn't go for 2 points in lightning. Sometimes you see that to be able to match out the aggression of Alina, but he just goes for the kill, and it ends up working. Might even find himself a second one here, Fada.
He's chasing down Fata. Brambles. No.
He's got him.
He's got shield. He's got plenty of damage. Fata is just going to, you know, be a little bit of space created, I guess.
Yeah, he's trying to get some information. Maybe watching for some, like, stacks or something like that. As bottom, we're seeing, this is just the battle lane. I mean, both teams just duking it out. But the Tidehunter is hitting a threshold of being pretty much unkillable, especially with that medallion behind. Snaking's gonna heal up, but phenomenal start down here for the Snapfire. Look at the Jugs farm, 13 last hits. He's so far behind.
I feel like this is the story of Snaking since joining Tundra. Not necessarily always because, you know, he's getting these kills in lane or whatnot, but he's just been allowed to play, like, much greedier than a lot of fours.
Yeah,
and he finds the farm.
Yeah, especially, I mean, a lot of the times we did see him doing like some jungle stuff with his
the Enigma is like
he tried
so
the
good.
Venomancer, but yeah, he's doing really well. Especially when those type of things happen, you just get given that medallion. He's moving mid.
There's a lot of people making their way to this mid lane now. Brambles connecting, but they've got the support. So the haste rune does get picked up over here by Miracle.
That's a big rune when you've gone for the skill build as well. 3 points in Edict. Has level 6 already finished up. He could run down pretty much anybody here.
Bottom lane, another spin over on 33. He's absolutely fine. I'm waiting to see what we see happen here on this mid lane, though. It definitely feels like they want to apply the pressure, although they have rotated the other supports back up top.
Snaking kind of has to just sit behind for a second here. I think 9 has to be very careful with his positioning because of that haste. As top,
Silence, Curse Crown. Okay, yeah, they do have the Photic Shield. So they'll protect Skeeter, but that pressure we talked about, it's already started.
They're kicking up. The catapult is there too, so it's going to start hitting on the tower. Kuroki's going to rotate. They're just going to leave the Jug bottom since he shouldn't die. He should just be able to farm down here now at this point. And just really trying to use this catapult at its maximum. It will die here, but it did get 500-ish damage. Not great, not terrible. Snaking.
GH should be able to just run away here. Does have the boots.
Maybe
Middle lane, though. Miracle trying to dance around in circles. Looks like he's going to be able to get the... Oh, no, the Photic Shield coming out. So Miracle is forced to just run out of this area on the bottom lane. More spins coming out from ILTW. Is just trying to bully 33 a little bit more here.
Both just poking at each other constantly. Miracle is playing so aggressive lately. We saw the Tiny from the other day. This time on the Lesh. He's not going for just like farming whatsoever. He's just going for battle. Max Edict built, as we said, it's going to be this very early push timing that Team Nigma is setting up for, but it does look like Tundra, they're going to get these early levels in particular, like Snaking. If they give him that 6, which I think, I actually would like them to see, give him a little bit more level so he can fight with the Chrono, because then he can set up these defenses around towers really easy. Chrono plus Kisses, or Ravage plus Kisses, they will have a couple different ways to actually protect from the inevitable push that will come from this Jug Lesh. Got to watch out for the swoop, though. That's always the power of that Night Stalker coming in from the backlines once he does has Dark Ascension online too.
That is true, because already we're seeing some of this pincering movement coming out. They're sweeping through the jungle. Do have a nice ward over there on the eye spot, so they can keep tabs on who's hanging out on the side.
Snaking hits 5. Looks like Skeeter's actually smoking to make a move onto mid. They want Miracle, but it looks like it's going to be GH who shows for now. I don't think they want to settle for that one. They want a bigger kill with this Chronosphere. If Skeeter's going to go hunting, they need a big core kill.
Yeah, they're backing off. They're just going to farm up the jungle for now. And they're going to be patient. They are starting to migrate, though, down to this bottom half of the map for the side of Team Nigma. And LTW has to be a bit careful. There is Skeeter nearby. He does have the Chrono. Don't have those Kisses online just yet.
He's safer because he's got that high effective armor since he is just, you know, the carry's the agi hero. So he's okay if the if it's just the Chronosphere that's on top of him. He just has to watch out if there were the Kisses, but Kiss is not available. They're just going to pressure tower with the movement.
Yet. They're getting close, though.
They are close. And top, we see the same rotation. Nigma brings down towers 10 times faster.
Way faster, yes.
Edict alone pushes faster than the whole enemy lineup of Tundra. Kisses, of course, the little Shredder helps a bit, but still got to take them time to take this bottom tower.
Yes, it's not necessarily the fastest pushing lineup.
No.
Coming out from Tundra, but they're putting the pressure down.
Especially not if the Lena's there. And Lena is looking to show herself in mid. GH is taking that XP, and here comes that wraparound, that sandwich. They saw her.
Yeah, Brambles rooting into place. They've got the silence. LSA, though, does buy a bit more time. The Curse Crown does come out, and they're just going to try to chase down Nigma. The follow-up here from Skeeter does manage to get the Chronosphere off, and they don't quite have the Snapfire just yet, but they'll take down Miracle. They're looking for more. The Fatal Bonds have been applied. Mind Control will fall. Cookie out forward here from Skeeter's LTW. He was hunting. He just can't seem to get his hands on them. 33, walking over to the high ground. Looks like he's just going to try to focus down these stacks instead.
They were very ready for that move coming in, very ready for the wraparound. Skeeter instantly does TP, and they do also get the Fada TP first to get that shield off. Very nicely done to protect 9. Good stuff so far. Very even, slow game.
This is a great Chronosphere, but now, of course, you know...
It's down. It's time to go.
Yeah, it is.
Time to push mid again.
Exactly. They still have the Ravage, and they have picked up the Snapfire Kisses now. So.
I think they have to run 33 over. He doesn't have TP, so he has to move very quick as this tower, it's going to get brought down super fast. Do have Glyph. So 33 should make it in time.
He's got to walk on in, though, and look at this already. Team Nigma respecting it, backing off.
They're going to Glyph
fortify the Carity, though.
Yep. Shown 4 heroes, but this is the move that they need to do to stop that kind of push here. And now they can start a push of their own with that tide there. And they did use the Dark Ascension before, so nighttime is not available, so it's tougher for Mind Control to show up and look for these fights.
33 will happily take all of these hits off. They have to be careful, though, because they do have the Fatal Pawns applied to them.
They have lots of different ways to remove it, though. Shields, plus the Kraken eventually when it procs, yeah. Fada always at the ready, does remove out that second one. And Nigma, they respond versus this tower push themselves, too, with also heavy team fight availability with Kuroki sitting back with the Infernal. But they're stalling. Mind Control just farming jungle, because we said, you know, daytime. Using that downtime.
I will say that Tundra is being very good about not blowing all of their ultimates at once.
Yes.
Obviously, they have a great wombo combo, but, you know, it's usually just, you know, Chronosphere, plus we did see the Laguna Blade, but everyone else holding onto those other spells so that way they can use it as a deterrent, because you know that Nigma, especially Miracle, is going to be just running at your buildings.
Yeah, both cores look like they're gonna get their Yules at the same time, the Lena and the Lash. It feels like we have like pretty much mirror movements coming out from both sides so far.
They do indeed.
ILTW is going for fighting build. He's got the Yasha into the Diffusal queued up. Seeing more Diffusal, of course, as we always mention in China, but do see its purpose in this one versus some low mana heroes, Tidehunter, Abaddon, Void. Could be effective. We've seen it more and more.
All right, Night Stalker and Dark Willow on the hunt, looking to find any stragglers here in the jungle, maybe wrap around, get a quick pick off, but they do have to be careful because they are going to be walking into several heroes here. Yeah,
9 has the Yule so he's got a way to protect himself versus this aggression. Mind Control.
See the stack. Gonna make the play over here on Snake King. Curse Crown right on it. This is gonna be a dead Snapfire.
He almost got, you saw he wounded up the cookie, but the silence, the crippling fear did catch on to him right at the edge, so stops that animation.
And they take the stack too.
That's a big one. Yeah, GH even gonna just ult for it.
I think you're pretty happy with that here.
Great usage of the Dark Ascension. Nighttime in about 2 minutes as well, too, after that does end. And he's getting close to his vessel. Gonna be quite early.
Still a lot of posturing, though, around this middle tower. Feels like Tundra really want to put the pressure down, try to take advantage of...
Spending a lot of time here. That you can see that Nigma is winning in the efficiency so far because Mind Control is just farming so much more during this downtime, and they did, of course, steal that stack away. These supports, we see a level 8 on the Willow, level 6 on Kuroki. Kuroki's got all he needs.
They're playing this really well, too. He's got the Chronosphere if they want to try to do any sort of initiation. They have lots of ways that they can do this. They have to watch out. Miracle appearing over here on the side.
They're gonna
they drop the rock, and they have those Fatal Bonds down, but the follow-up with the Terrorize. Trying to get them out, and they're both stunned up. The Snapfire Kisses come in, but 9's already dead, followed up with the Ravage. 33 will fall, but they have the Chronosphere. They held on to it long enough. They'll take down Miracle. They'll take down Mind Control. They're chasing after GH now. Looks like Skeeter should be able to find that kill. Now ILTW, he's going to try to spin, but they have this physical damage. He's got to be careful. Might be able to go and just burn down Snake and Cookie just a little bit too early here, as Skeeter is going to take a lot of this, but he time walks away, has his eyes now on Kuroki, and he's just going to wail away on him and put the pressure down on the tower.
And they come out ahead on it just a little bit here. It's like the exact same thing from both sides coming out there. They kill the Lesh, they also kill the Lina, the Abaddon lives, but they do end up getting that finalized kill onto the Warlock. So I do feel like Tundra is happy, but they did not finish off the tower.
No. And now they blew a bunch of those ultimates. They only have the Laguna Blade now available.
And Nigma's gonna go right back. It's almost nighttime,
They are. 33 is tanking a lot of this damage. The time walk away here from Skeeter. Snake King, the Yules comes out here from Miracle. He's gonna get just stunned immediately. Skeeter, though, chasing in. It's almost enough damage to take down Snake King, but not quite. Miracle, he's in trouble. The Cookie hop forward. Skeeter, he just can't seem to find him, but he's still going to fall. As ILTW, again, spin into win, should be able to take down 33 here if he wants to go and commit on it. The silence, though, coming out. Mind Control joining right back in. Laguna over on the back lines, taking out GH as Snake King's getting chased down by Mind Control.
Team's just
they're going right back in.
Yeah,
they're continuing. This is starting to look like some of my pubs here. Immediately spin over onto 9. They'll be able to keep him healthy, though. They'll turn right back around. They get off one of these bashes.
It's just
the jump forward again here from Skeeter, trying to put out more damage over onto Kuro.
Mind Control again using the Ascension. We do have nighttime though, so he is a lot stronger throughout these next few moments. And will they be able to get the tower this time is the question. It's the battle of the mid.
It is.
Miracle does get brought down again. What does he do? Because he does use the aggressive Yule, so he gets time dilated up.
Fata.
Can they keep holding this tower?
Nice positioning. He's just trying to get one of these stuns off.
Another glyph for the Cardi. It's literally mid-wars.
It is.
How long has this been here? It's been like 6 minutes of both teams just TPing 5 heroes, running 5. Look at this again. Yep, all 5 heroes to mid lane from one side, all 5 heroes from the other side.
We've been here so long that they're starting to get their abilities back off a cooldown here. Skeeter is rooted into place, gets a bash off over onto Mind Control. Does have to be careful. He's got the Cursed Crown and the Brambles, but he is just going to time walk it off. As they start to make a play over on Miracle. Not quite. ILTW again, the spin, another bash.
Can't even tell who's coming out more ahead on this because it's literally the exact same thing from both sides. Like, okay, Omni's coming back up, but so is Chronosphere, so is Ravage.
So is Ravage,
so
everything.
is Chaotic Offering, so is absolutely everything. Back to the mid lane battle. We will have Void take a little bit of time off, go collect some bounties, but then back to the mid lane to
Dear
fight.
Diary, it is day 4 of sieging the middle towers, and, you know, morale is still high with the troops.
Miracle's like, enough for this. I'm going top. Getting a wave or two for myself for now.
I think that's the play here at this point. But they are smoked up over on the side of Tundra. They're looking for the engagement. The silence, though, coming out immediately over onto this Abaddon. Is forced away, but they already used the Willow Bedlam.
Gonna spin the wave to clear it out. They're gonna glyph the wave so that he can't.
They'll go for the Ravage.
It does clip him.
Clipping right at the very end, but the Terrorize coming out is beautiful here. Fall from GH. They'll drop the Chronosphere, and they've got these kisses. Can they do enough damage? It's looking pretty gosh darn good over here on Mind Control. The bash comes out. Yes, Mind Control will fall. They already took out ILTW.
Tundra's ults being a little bit more successful here. Yeah, definitely tipping Skeeter. I think he caught absolutely everybody. That Ravage also was sick. Timed perfectly for when the Blade Fury ends. That was very nice by 33. As they will get that mid tower, so Battle of the Mid Tower will finally end. It looked like he almost did it just a second too early, but this man is
right
perfect.
up, because he just perfect.
Skeeter also, that little sidestep was actually so clutch. He actually backpedaled, dodged the Terrorize so that he jumps in and gets the successful chrono off. And nice healing ward micro, but not gonna keep Mind Control alive.
It was a good try for sure, but very nicely played here.
And they're gonna get the tower deny in the mid lane. So Tundra, they've won the mid ward for sure. I love it.
What a game.
12 to 12, 18 minutes. Wouldn't ask for a better dead even game as Fata found again. Got his own way to protect himself as soon as he drops low.
Yeah, immediately. Borrowed time comes out. He is not going to be able to survive this time.
Oh, whose item was that? Whose neutral item was that? Was that the shield that popped it? Don't tell me that. I think it was. It was, okay. He got it, okay. Right. I was like, oh God.
Buck is very upset about this,
I was like, oh God,
guys.
did the neutral get stolen? Look at him, he runs for it. I was so scared for a second. The courier, oh, nicely done.
Nicely done.
Almost lost himself a neutral. As Nigma, they are still looking to fight a little bit more frequently here. Since they do know that Chrono, Ravage, Snapfire Kisses are down, it's still nighttime for
That's
my
quite
control.
the mouthful of all the abilities now. All the R buttons
It's the
are,
ulties.
except for, you know, the Laguna Blade.
Yes.
Still have that up and running, but the smoke is over here on Nigma. They're looking to just comb through the area, see what they can find. They threw up some nice vision deep in there.
It's interesting because it's an interesting dynamic because they're reliant on cooldowns, but not as reliant because they have Night Stalker, who he can just rely on just flying into the back lines and just breaking up the fight so much. But also they do have to rely sometimes when it's not nighttime and he has Dark Ascension cooldown. So it's a lot of cooldown back and forth here between this game that makes it really fun. And Fada constantly just runs into them here, which is actually really good for him. He's scouting, forcing spells on himself, getting his team into good positions to get those ults. This is a very even back and forth game so far for these first 20.
Look how immediately they turn around. The cookie hop forward here. Do you have the Curse Crown over on Fata? They'll get stunned. They'll just back off.
Skeeter is definitely the big winner out of all this, though. 4-0-6 so far, yet to die. ILTW does have the 2 deaths. He's been slowed down. We'll almost have Diffusal Blade finished up, but that does mean that feels like Nigma is going to be more on a timer of just constantly looking for fights, while Void's going to scale better.
Oh, 9?
He gets caught.
Didn't realize that everybody was in the vicinity. There's just a lot of burst damage. Does have the Yule's going to try to buy just a tiny bit more time, but again, GH will find the kill.
It's a lot of gold. Wow, 405. 20 minutes in.
We've had quite the fights back and forth. I mean, most of it was taking place here in the mid lane, but...
It was.
Yeah, look at that heat map. Woo! That's for Snapfire alone.
Snaking's been everywhere.
And he had a really nice start.
He did.
You know? Gotta make use of that. Got the Holy Locket online for our Warlock here.
They're so farmed because it's just been constant 5v5 fights.
Yeah.
So the Warlock is benefit. Heat map was team versus
Team
team.
versus
Error
team.
on the label. I was going to say, I was like, damn, Snaking's literally playing the whole map somehow. That's impressive.
Those NA Dota boys, man. They're so good.
All right, any important shards? Since we have it 20 minutes, Warlock's got it queued up. A couple people do have it queued up.
Jug has it queued up, I saw
Jug as
earlier.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the next
That's just those
item on
two, it
our
looks
grocery list, it looks like.
Yeah.
And it's still very neck and neck. Less
It's
than
dead
1K
even.
net worth lead. Again, partially because of the fact that everyone's been huddling together in that mid lane, but BKB queued up now for the Lina. Be working on that.
They need that BKB, especially because Mind Control, as we see, is going to rush toward Blink Dagger. So less about protecting his front line and more about getting to the enemy back line. While UC33, he's got Pipe, so he wants to protect that front line. Don't let them actually cross through to get into the back. It's kind of a... that one is actually an opposite dynamic. But besides that, team fights are pretty much the same. As
He is the wall.
He is the
You
wall.
have to break through, and if you break through the wall, there's a bubble there to contain you, you know?
There
No
is.
breaking quarantine, guys.
Nope.
Very important.
And he's tanky. 33 he also finds Vambrace. So on top of just Pipe, he is very tanky. Is mostly magic damage still on the side of Team Nigma, besides that Jug. Claiming themselves a high ground for now.
He has the shard flying out to him right now, I assume?
I think so, yeah.
There it is.
So I feel like for them, it's time to pick up the pace a little bit, but do have to watch out how you do run into all these ultis. But with that diffusal build, that's usually what that does tell you as these Jugs. Just fight a little bit more frequently, since we do have that more farm-esque build on Void, Maelstrom, Mask of Madness. They're actually making their way into the pit. We've got the Solar Crest, we've got the Kiss, or the Little Strider. I almost say Kisses every time, because I feel like
Because it's so cute.
it's just so common. No, it's just usually Strider non-stop. It just
No, it is. It is.
It's always there. This is a big pickup. They're not
Yeah,
going
they
to make it in
scan
time.
for it, but they're not going to get there. And you have to watch out. They have so many. Look at this. They have the vision on GH too as he makes his way over. But it's too late. We have the Aegis online here for Skeeter.
He gushed early. That reveals the ward. GH knew he was in tree line there, so he pings it instantly.
They're all hiding in the woods here. Skeeter gonna
They're
jump
gonna throw the
forward.
kisses.
Sees GH. Mills comes out. Terrorize gets dropped. They already threw the kisses, like you said. And Fata perhaps just a little bit too far forward here, but the rest of the team is hot behind. Go. Drop the Fatal Bonds. They're just gonna focus up on the tower. They'll use the Fortify by a couple more seconds. But the BKB is now completed as well here for this Faceless Void. So like you said, it's so much magic damage right now that Nigma has. Diffusal, just, you know, slow down, Skeeter. But over in the mid lane, they find Miracle.
A big grab. We weren't ready for that one.
They're still playing around ILTW. They know he's here. 33 was thinking about it. He's playing around a bit. They go for the Chronosphere. They find the Warlock, like you said. And they're just going to follow up with the Ravage. Keep them all stunned into place. The Cookie hop forward. And that is a dead ILTW.
Skeeter is on fire this game. Just literal perfect chronos every single time. That is insane. He actually is patient enough to catch the Warlock inside of it, too, as 9.
He's got a...
It's daytime.
He's got a Yules, too.
Nobody
He's hunting.
Daystalker.
Oh, Dayman.
GH also getting brought down during this. Mind Control will be able to TP out.
Yeah, no other way to cancel out, but I'm not so sure about... Yeah.
Nope.
GH will fall. I mean, we talked about having a high-octane draft coming out from the side of Nigma, but Tundra is just playing their draft so well.
Skeeter's also just killing it. That core-to-core matchup, him versus the Jug. ILTW making quite a few mistakes, overplaying his hand with these spins. Skeeter is just on point every single time. Level 17 already at this point in the game, and enabled nicely with that snaking behind him with the Solar Crest every single time. This is a very clean game so far from Tundra, just battling it out.
Tundra's hungry, man.
They are. And their lineup scales very hard. As we mentioned, Jug's gone for more of a fighting build, and it's not really working out for them so far.
They just haven't found the engagements. We saw that they have a Night Stalker. We figured, okay, this is going to start putting that pressure down early. You've got Miracle with all this magic damage, but a couple of these engagements have really just kind of gone sideways for the side of Nigma. And now you're running into the issue of, they have BKBs. They have things to counter all of this early magic damage.
And 33's gotten a very interesting item on the Tidehunter. How do you prevent being silenced up from a Night Stalker? Build yourself a Yules to just either Yules him and disengage, or you wait for yourself. Usually you Yules the enemy Night Stalker.
Hop forward. Are they just going to stun him into place? ILTW gets a spin off, but they get a couple of the bastions too. Oh my goodness, he's almost able to. Oh, right on the back line. So they'll drop. Miracle trying to burst down this damage, but they have the BKB over here on Skeeter. They're chasing after Snaking. They want him, but they're not quite able to get as they jump forward. Can they take down Miracle? Skeeter's just chasing him down. Yules will come into play here. 9 popping his own BKB. They'll be able to get that kill. Snaking does fall. The run is on here after ILTW. They want this kill. They want this Jug. Can they get their hands on him?
They've got him.
They've got the Yules, the LSA, the Laguna Blade, and he is dead. They were chasing after 33 something fierce too, and he's still alive here. Do eventually manage to nuke him down, but 9 is hunting. Would like to punish him for this damage here, but they don't have the vision. He is going to be able to just teleport on out.
And also, the other thing I didn't point out is the Yules versus the Omni Slash. He's able to dodge out a lot of that damage very nicely. And ILTW, he almost dies at the start of the fight. He actually gets Holy Locketed from his Warlock. That's actually what pumped him up with that big heal there at the start. And Nigma, again, unable to take a very successful team fight. Now there's going to be a Chronosphere as well available for Tundra. Again and again, just out-fighting Team Nigma. And getting these catches, ILTW in a very precarious position to start it off too, in the river. This is like the death spot, we like to call it, where you don't have a good vision onto that high ground. Look how low he gets. And then bam, gets Holy Locketed up. And Skeeter, just BKB already at this point. He's able to just stick onto Miracle quite easily at this point in the game.
Yeah, so that's the major damage dealer, like we said.
It's really good fights from Tundra, just reading the movements perfectly, always setting up, always being aggressive. And as we said, they've got their ults available here. They see ILTW, can't get on top of him, but they'll push him away.
He doesn't have any breathing room at all anymore, Fogged.
Skeeter just runs in and steals his Ancients instantly, and he's just hitting these crazy item timings. Almost has Scotty finished up also on Skeeter.
Oh god, the Elven Tunic here for Skeeter.
Oh, baby.
He just drops all the items over there too, Cloak of Flames. Anyone? Any takers? Yeah.
633, get over here.
Here you go.
Here you go. Give me your fan brace. Thank you.
Just littering, leaving their slippers of agility on the floor.
Very effective use of gold so far for Tundra. 808 on Skeeter, as we said, the standout so far for this game. 9 also BKB, so they just got 2 different ways to protect themselves when they do get jumped from this Night Stalker in the back. And game is feeling really hard for Team Nigma now at this point.
Yeah, they made dynamic item choices. Again, not something you typically see on a Tidehunter. You don't see that Yules, but he's doing it. We've got a Chrysalis over here on Lena.
I like it.
Dishing out the damage.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Quiver found over on the side of the Radiant here. I thought that was going over on the side of Tundra, and I was like, oh, perfect.
That would be nice.
No.
They do find themselves a sliver on the side of Tundra, though. Another really good pickup this game. That base damage, that status resist, everything here for the Void, just going to amp him up on top of this. I don't know if they're going to kill Skeeter, honestly, this game. He is going to have 3,000 HP plus way more effective HP when he's solared and he has a sliver. So he is going to be quite impossible to be being brought down, especially with a Void. All right, a Batten at his side too.
He's got to just, if they want to kill Skeeter, he's got to, A, be alone, B, not have his Chronosphere, and then C, they got to dump everything on him, and that is not the position that you want to be in.
No, they got to get the fear into the stun, into just a full follow-up. But yeah, there's so much backup from Tundra, and it's a very all-in item choice, as we said. I feel like this is do or die here for Team Nigma. The S&Y and the Diffusal's done for the Jug. It's about to hit level 18. It really does feel like if this next fight doesn't go well for them, Tundra's gonna start just fully taking over the entire map.
And they do get themselves a quiver over on the side of Tundra.
Lena's gonna hurt.
I mean, she's already hurt. Let's be really honest here. But yeah, look at this. They can't defend these towers. They'll put out the fortification, but...
She's about to be 20, so Fiery Soul stacks also will be even stronger. And Jug has to be careful now how he spins. If he just spins in a bad position, Nine might just be able to right-click him down himself.
We're getting to that point.
This is excellent play so far for them. Everyone, I mean, they're never splitting up. They're never getting caught out of position from this Night Stalker movements at all.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the counter at this point in the game. It's just don't be alone.
Look at Miracle. Spider legs into this little spot here in the trees and starts whittling down the tower with Edict. So trying to do what they can so far, since I think they are feeling that pressure.
Well, they'll find themselves a courier at the very least. It is just Fatus, but
this one.
The big one though over here, you know.
LTW.
How long is he going to be able to just do that? That was a question.
Anytime Skitter's there, he won't be able to.
He's just not afraid at all. He's just charging over here at GH. Just have to be a little bit careful. LTW now is here, so he should be able to get himself a nice pick-off kill.
Okay. The one time Fada, I feel like the few times that he has made a mistake this game, but he's been excellent so far. Yeah. Like his deaths have been so perfect, the way he's just been revealing the positioning of Team Nigma.
Breaking a lot of smoke speeder.
Again?
Oh my god, the same spot!
Oh my goodness.
The same exact same spot.
He is making quite some mistakes this time around. He's getting punished. Also, we see snaking with the shard picked up, that extra little bit of stun when you are in melee range, scatter blast.
And Miracle is doing everything that he can over here. He realizes, okay, he's dead. We can't fight. We can't do it. We just got to split push. And the Daedalus is now completed for this Lina.
Yeah, this feels very tough. This Jug is very out of the game so far here. And he went the earlier game items, and he's not been able to have the successful fights. Tundra gonna start working on high ground, but so is Miracle. Edict does push quite fast. They're gonna have to back up and respond.
TBing home.
33.
Silence. Nice play here. BKB coming out from mind control. He's just gonna be able to teleport out, but he doesn't have to find Miracle over here on the side. Again, the Yules will drop the Terrorize. 9 hunting. No, they started winding up. They didn't fully commit to it yet, but they need to get there fast because Miracle, he's just chipping down. Look at this damage!
Shredded.
Oh my word. Fata chasing after GH now.
Get over here.
Gotta navigate the maze here. Ooh, nope, not quite.
Whatever, got a shield. Pop a mango, pop one of my 5 clarities. This is just, yeah, really good movements across the map. Tundra also recognizing that they gotta be a little careful of these Edict split pushes, immediately swing back over, start to push back themselves. 33 dragging the wave as well from bottom.
I mean, the easy solution is you just kill Miracle.
Yeah.
And that's where he's dead right now. So they'll be pushing out these waves, taking down the vision, which also hurts so bad because LTW, he just wants to farm.
GH.
Try to catch up. GH here, uses the Shadow Realm, has the blink, throws down the brambles. 9's on his way, though.
Nice play there from GH. Dodging the first little shredder hit there with the Shadow Realm so he can get the blink off, then he Yules the snaking midair.
Ooh, 9.
We'll retake that outpost, and 9 might be able to find GH anyway. Nope.
He blinks.
Does get away. Nice little plays from GH.
Mind control. Ooh, Fata. Didn't quite see him there.
But they're having to just avoid. They cannot fight into Tundra, which is a huge problem. And this Jug continues to get bigger. This Lina continues to get bigger as well. This game is very problematic for them.
They need to be the aggressors over on the side of Nigma, and they're having so much difficulty just finding these engagements. You know, it looked pretty decent earlier on with mind control, you know, starting to make these rotations, but they just started taking really beautiful team fights over in that mid lane. And Skeeter's here. He sees Miracle. He just wants to erase him again. The Yules will come out, though. Look at 33, trying to get into position. Dark Ascension will get popped.
Gotta catch some of these back heroes, but as we've said, they've got double mute magic immunity.
33 just walks right in. Mind control, getting the jump over here, the silence. They have the dust. Can they follow up? Couple of these spins. Skeeter just trying to poke away. They have the BKB. Mind control just hating here over after snaking. Has to be careful because look at this damage as they chase after him. And I hear a Ravage over on the other side. Followed up with this beautiful Chronosphere. They'll take down Kuro. And they're going right back in again. They'll take down Miracle. ILTW, look at these clicks coming out here from 9. He just has to get a little bit closer. 33 is here. They have the Yules. They can set up for the LSA. The cookie up forward. That is a dead Juggernaut.
That honestly feels a game. This has been a relentless play here so far from Tundra. Not letting Nigma get any type of successful fights. ILTW really struggling so much this game.
They're
2 and 6. Yeah, I don't think there's anything Nigma can do versus this at all. These Chronos, absolutely perfect from Skeeter. Tundra. This was a beautiful game, honestly.
Yeah, you can tell they figured it's pretty much over here. Although they do buy back on the Jug. Mind control trying to jump over onto the back lines, but he's just immediately blown up.
He's just gonna get hit by the Lina. He
is. Look at this. ILTW, he's thought maybe I could spin. Okay, they'll follow up. They'll drop the rock. They try to get off the damage here with these fatal bonds, and they went for the Omni Slash, but it's just not enough damage here because they have the Yules. They have everything they need to counteract this Jug.
And GH gets 3-shotted by 9.
Yep.
GG.
GG.
What a play coming out from Tundra. Itemization on point, the way that they constantly just fought these battles, and yeah, Skeeter, he, I think for me, is the MVP.